So if anyone's watched the ending of the part 11 video I made, I got the CRT lit up, the high voltage is working, the sweep circuits are working. I can't tell how well they're working because I can't get video out to the CRT. Now one of the problems is the tuner is very dirty. So I'm going to pull the cover off and clean it up with contact cleaner, get that working better. But the other issue might be, and I say only might be, is right here is the detector, the video detector diode. That's an ancient 1N34, and when I test it, I get about a 1 or 2 microvolts difference between reversing in one end or the other. So it sort of appears like it's still a semiconductor, but it's also going through these coils, this coil here and this coil here. So it's very difficult without detaching one end of it to accurately test that diode. So what do? One of the things I don't want to do, if I can avoid it, is I don't want to heat this solder connection up or this one, because these coils are really quite delicate at this point. So what I think I might do is, you know, the diodes are readily available. The 1N34A will replace this diode. So I think I'm going to just clip it out close to the diode body and just do a wraparound of the new one and solder it onto the old leads, avoiding heating up these joints too much. Those coils, you know, I've desoldered terminals on coils before and I've never broken a coil, but there's always a first time. And I think what I'm going to do in this case is just that. I'm just going to assume the diode is bad. It may be good, it may be bad, but I'm going to replace it. So that's where I'm at this point. Once I do that, once I get the tuner cleaned up, then I'm going to try to see if I can find out why my video is not getting through. And I may have to use a scope to see where I'm losing it. I don't have a decent oscilloscope anymore. I had them in past years, but the ones I got right now are marginal. They might work for the task. I'm not really sure. I'm pretty well getting to the end of restoring old televisions because it's expensive, and in the situation we're all in right now, I don't know that I want to spend a lot of money on doing any more of this as a hobby. Anyhow, aside from that, that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to replace that diode regardless if it's good or bad. It's probably good, but I'm going to replace it anyways. Then I'm going to go through the video amplifier tubes, find out if I've got a bad tube. I tested all the tubes. I did do that, but sometimes you just have to pop one out and replace it with a new one just to see what happens. If that doesn't turn anything up, then the next step is oscilloscope tracing. And so looking at the schematic, we have 4 stages of video IF, 6AG5s, all 4. Transformer, 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 transformer. Then we get to the 1N34 video detector diode. So presumably, I did check all these tubes. I have one brand new old stock 6AG5 on hand. I could use that, pop them through alternately to see if that changes anything. These mica capacitors here I have not replaced, so there could be a problem with one of those. It's hard to say where the problem is, but until I get the tuner cleaned up, and I'll replace this diode regardless if this one is good or bad. I'll just replace it and work from there to see if I can get video through. So what I've done so far, this tuner is a wafer switch style tuner, and those, as they age, wafer switches in general are really difficult to keep working correctly when they age. The best I can do is use deoxit contact cleaner on it and hope for the best. And that's what I've done. I've lubed it up a little bit. The tuning shaft was kind of hard to turn. I put a little bit of oil on it. So I'll see if I've got this tuner working anywhere better than it was. So cleaning the tuner did the trick, because I've got solid audio into it from my generator up here. But still no video. So that's my next step, is to find out why I'm not getting any video through. It's got this interesting roll along the side. I kind of think that's the vertical. So now I just got to find out why I'm not getting any video through. So basically what I'm doing right now is just verifying that my leader generator is putting pure video out, because I'm going to have to see if I can inject video into this set to find out where I'm not getting any video or sync signal through. And it is, I have it set, this scope is a little low in frequency, but I have it set for chromo off staircase, just so I could recognize the pattern, that I could see that I do have video out from the generator. I've got my scope attached to the video input of the first video amplifier. Now originally, and I did make a video of this part, but I disconnected this peaking coil and connected video directly into the grid of the video amplifier, and the results were I still got nothing through, no sync, nothing on the picture, no patterns at all on the CRT, and no vertical or horizontal sync. Now the vertical and horizontal is working on this set, that's working, but I'm just not getting anything past the first video amplifier. And of course that 6SN7 tube could be bad. It could be. But I did test it and it tested good. I'm going to pop another one in. But this video is probably going to be the end of this video session until I actually discover what the problem is. But I'm pretty sure that the problem is nothing to do with the IF strip, the video IF. I don't think there's anything to do with that, because I verified that by injecting video directly in with it disconnected, and I still got the exact same results. This down here is the final video. This is a 6V6. It's the final video amplifier. So anyways, I've got my little BK scope all set up. We've got audio. I'm going to go here. Let's power this thing up and see what happens. Well, this scope really doesn't tell me very much. It's not the best scope to use, but as you can hear, we've got audio. Fine tuner works just fine. Now if I change the video, well, I gotta change the resolution here. This is not the best scope to use. I really wish I had a different scope. But if I change the video pattern, so I am getting video there. I can't measure it accurately with this scope, but I am getting video there. Well, I don't know, I had it a while back. Well, well. I can't do anything with the scope. But anyways, I injected a video signal directly in and I get nothing out. And as you can see, the vertical and horizontal is working. I've got 0 horizontal lock. Can't lock the horizontal, can't lock the vertical. That means that there's no video signal present at that point. So beyond, I'm pretty sure that the problem is either with the first video amplifier or maybe the second video amp, maybe that 6V6 is slightly shorted. Like I say, I have checked everything, checked the tubes pretty thoroughly. I replaced a few out-of-spec resistors. So I'll be making the next video when I actually believe I find the problem. So where I'm going to leave off on this Magnavox chassis, I marked all of the electrolytics that I put in with blue painter's tape, and I marked where they are in the circuit, C200A, C200B, and so forth. So the next time I get into this, in doing this and marking the electrolytics that I installed, I found that I did not make any mistakes as far as putting those in. That's not to say I didn't make a mistake somewhere, but the video from this point down, the video in sync is not making it through the circuit. I think the IF strip and the tuner is working fine. I get audio through it, but I don't get it. So I think I did detach this peaking coil here and injected video in here, but I think the next step would be to detach this wire and inject video right in here. But I'm not gonna do that now. I'm gonna set it aside. It's got me very frustrated. I think I need a second opinion on this. Someone who is more of an expert of troubleshooting these kind of circuits than I am. I've done various things. I've checked voltages, put a scope on here and there. But I think I need somebody to help me out with this. So I'm just going to set it aside so I can go on to something else for now.